Hey guys, Felipe Vieira here, front-end designer and designer with over 15 years of experience in the development and design field. Okay, today we're going to talk about an important part of our app's workflow. We're doing it on LinkedIn of how we do the deployment. A lot of people ask me how we do the deployment, right? For the projects we do with Bolt and everything else, right? So today I'm going to focus on that. Is it possible for us to do a deployment in a more professional way? There are other tools, there are limitations when we do the deployment in a free format like Netlify and a Vercel. I can also show how it's done. It's free, okay, but I will show you how we set up our own server. Of course, it won't be free, right? But it's $5 per month, okay? It's the cheapest place I found. It's the place where I also host my apps, okay? It's called Contabo. So, we are going to pay there about 28 rays per month to have more than one application, okay? We will be able to host the back end. We will be able to host our front end. We will be able to host other services like a bucket for us to store our images. This is our goal. If our application saves the image, we can create a bucket just for us, so we don't have to use third-party services. So we can create an entire app, even more than one, with the first version of Cloud VPS 1. We have 4 CPU cores and 6 GB of RAM. We can host a few applications, up to 2 or 3 applications initially. The MVP, we can handle it. And so we will be able to work a lot with this. This tutorial will also serve as a reference for you later on, right? If you want to deploy an application not following the Bolt playlist, we're building an application from scratch. You want to use this tutorial here just for you to deploy your application. Everything is fine with it too. Okay. I will do it from scratch here for you to follow. So the thing you will need to have an account. On PayPal, I pay through PayPal, which is easier, okay? But you just need to go to paypal.com.br and register normally. It will ask for some documentation. You will make transactions with it, or you have an international card. It's one of the two, as I will be using PayPal. With PayPal set up there, we will enter this site here, which is accounting related. Now during Black Friday, there's a promotion, 10% off. To start, we will take this first VPS here, and it will have 100 GB of storage. We will have a snapshot of 30 TB of traffic. We will take this one here. It will already have, I think there are about 3 DPs with them. There. You can choose if you want an annual plan, right? Or monthly. Since it's just for us to test, let's choose monthly. But you choose there. The longer the period, the cheaper it gets. Okay, if we choose 12, for example, it costs $50, which is about 300 rays there. And 300 rays is about 25 ray dollars per month, right? But let's choose one. We can leave it in Europe, okay? Storage can be left as SSD. Here we will choose Ubuntu, okay? You can choose the latest version, 22.4. And for you, it might be different, but you can choose Ubuntu, as we will install a deployment control software for us, okay? It will be completely open source called Coolify. I will teach you how to install it, all right? And here we will generate a password that is secure and strong. And you can click here, which will generate it, okay? You can choose whatever you want or write one from scratch. It's up to you, okay? All right, here you can leave it as none. You can leave everything as it is, okay? You don't need to do anything. So it's paid, okay? So you don't need to just put the generated one, okay? I'll just put the password that I will generate there quickly from my root. All right. Then we go to next, and it will be in front of my additional information about the details of the process. Here you will fill in with your information. It's normal. Although I think I already have an account, I will put I am already registered, right? And then you register normally, not accounting, okay? All right, $4.95. I won't have it anymore. I wonder if there's... It's an add-on I have on Chrome, which keeps testing coupons. It's coupered, and it also has cashback. When I buy annual versions of their VPS, I usually use it because it gives some money in dollars. Around there, I can withdraw later. And it's not working now, but that's okay. Go back there to the cloud. All right, let's see if there's... one more. It will take a little while to start up. It's a VPS. It's processing the payment that I have. My PayPal is linked here, but it will choose how you are registering or how you want to pay. If you want to be on international or the PayPal, okay? You can put anything. All right. The payment was made, but it takes a while for the VPS to start up. I will misconfigure everything there. The screen worked, but all right. So what are we just going to do? We are going to download the program that I will open here. And you will simply open the program that is already open, just currently open. Hello everyone, we are going to proceed with the upgrade. All right, it is officially called Expecta. If I am on Windows too. Download, okay, I chose here for Windows. It's this guy here, all right, right. But this Linux is one of those, okay. Download and install. When you go to install, it will open this guy here and you will create a new here. Here. Look, remote host simple SSH connection, okay? All right. And what you will do is you will take your IP. Since that one hasn't provisioned my IP yet, I will take the IP from some VPS that I have. Okay. You see how to make the connection. All right. So just copy the IP first, okay? Just a bit. Which is root, which is the username, right? Then that password you set there, you copy it too. Just here for me to enter the password, right? All right. See, just enter the password, type the password if you don't need to. Enter the name, enter. VPS. In my video, just to know. Union, no, him son. We'll try to make a connection. Okay. You can choose the type of connection you want. It will be the terminal, as we need access to the terminal to perform the installation application. What we want here, you can leave everything. He already saw that we are using Ubuntu. There it is. He is loading the environments that are inside our VPS. In this one, I already have Docker installed. That's why it's recognizing it here, okay? I want bash. He double-clicked on it. He will launch a little bash for us. And we'll open our VPS. Let me put it on Ubuntu. All right, it's already in the root. Our VPS, we already have access to it, right? So what are we going to do? We are going to look for Coolify. Coolify will be a wrapper for us to perform the installation. It's similar to what Vercel does and everything else. We deploy easily within it, right? All right, here are all the prerequisites, blah, blah, blah. It's simple to install. We are going to take this guy here, copy it. We go there to our VPS. Clicked. Pressed enter. It will perform the entire installation of everything needed, right? Docker and everything else. Everything it needs here, you see. It will install here. Here it mentions minimum requirements, but here it says what it will install. Here it roughly states what it can handle, you see. A VPS with these guys here. 3 node applications and 4 static ones. A few more things, all right. And it will install curl, buget, git, jql, open, SSL because of the certificate. Then it installs Docker, logger. Then it sets it in the daemon, all right. It creates the data Coolify structure where it will be placed. Then it creates the SSH keys so we can access and deploy, and installs and starts Coolify. All right. All right. Then your installation is complete. There. The entire installation is done. Everything is correct. This is manual. If you want to install it manually, okay. But it's not necessary. Once the installation is finished, what will you do? You will take your IP from the VPS you registered, 298,000, which is the port for you to access Coolify. Here are some projects. Mine, okay. But when you log in, it's just that I don't remember my login password anymore. I'll go back. When you log in, something similar will appear. Actually, an onboarding will appear. This is for you to log in, register your user, set your password, and everything else. Go through the onboarding, okay? I don't think it's onboard bar, right? Let me just see if I can show you a version. It's this guy here, see? It will appear as, then this guy will appear next. Then you choose local host, okay? To be local. I don't know if it will overwrite if I do it again, okay? I'll just skip here. It will write local. It will open this screen here. Okay. But there won't be anything here for you. Okay. That's what we're going to do. You already have there on your subtube the project we are doing or another project you want. Okay. There are 2 types for you to do the deploy, okay? Private repository and public repository. Public repository. It's easier, for example. Let me see which repository. Publique. In both private and public settings, the guy is very much public. Let's go. This is public. I'm going to make it. So what are you going to do? If it's public, okay. I'm going to copy its public address. See. You will come here, create a project of yours like LinkedIn, CV. If it's this project we are doing or any other, you will create like a framework for all projects. In resources, you expose 1000 there. Here are the repositories, see? A public repository is a repository that is open to everyone, okay? And we have a private repository. If it's closed, okay. Since this one is open, let's start with the public one, okay? So we will click on Publicum. It will ask for the repository URL. We click here, see. Using HTTPS for public and private, if I use git at. Okay, we copied it. It will check if it's really public. Okay. Next, it depends a lot on which application it is. This application here is a React application, okay? Then here it already has build packs, which is like, it's not exactly that, but just to make it easier for you, like a little robot that knows everything inside your applications, okay? So Nixpacks will know if it's a node repository, if it's React, and so on, and it will choose the perfect builds to do this in the application, okay? So if it's a node backend, if it's a React application view, whatever it is, Nixpacks, okay? Use Vite, Webpack, Nixpacks, always choose Nixpacks, okay? Now, if it's a static page, HTML with CSS, blah, 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 then you come here and choose static, okay? Because then everything that is at that address / and you access it, it will be accessed as static, okay? But since you know Docker and everything else, you can create a Docker file, a Docker compose with all the commands, and choose it to deploy, which will also make deployment easier. But to keep it simple, let's stick with Nixpacks here, okay? Since a React application is not static, so all right, continue. I just need to change the name here, put temp here, just to avoid confusion. So I can delete it, but then you can put whatever name you want. Nixpacks, here is the domain where I was going to deploy. You will be able to access it, okay? You can register another name and everything else. Also, if you have a domain registration, I bought the BR registration for my domain. You can configure it here, okay? If you want, I can make a video just teaching how to configure your application's domain. Then you will access your application through the domain. For example, I bought felviera.com.br. Then I can set it up here as gpt-shotbot.felviera.com.br, and it will access my application, okay? For now, let's leave it like this. No need to change anything. Everything is set up right. We're going to come here, deploy. It will open the log, and it will perform the deployment so we can see what's happening, okay? It didn't find it, see? Check the Git repository. And ensure everything is up to date. Good. It is Git, yes. Let's test with our LPI here. I'm in the beta, you see. There might be a little hiccup there. Let's see. Simulate the role of which agent? The source is pulling from the main, you see? And here's the master, you see. That's why it's having issues. So we come here and write master. So check the branch you're on to be able to deploy as well, okay? Then it's fixed. Deploy again. It will. Open the log again. Put it in the queue. You can keep configuring and working on the projects as they are queued, okay? And now it's building all the projects to run this application in production. I think it's not very large, so I think it will be quick, okay? Let's delve deeper into this scenario, examining every detail closely to understand what might happen next. Let me dim the light a bit here, okay? It's too bright here, right? And this, I can show you folks a bit more of it, okay? You see it stays here. Look, it's doing a deploy. Even what we can do with it, we can deploy our applications. It's all on Git as I showed, but we put new here and it goes for us to place. We can also deploy databases. You see, we can deploy Postgres, SQL, MariaDB, Redis, and more. It already has a series of pre-built applications here. And services as well. You see, there are a lot of services. Look, this here. There's even a search here. Look, let's see if they have Supabase, which many people like. They have Supabase. You see, no need to worry. Just click on this guy, and they will already launch a version of Supabase on your machine. You don't need to pay anything. It's free and will run here. It comes all configured like this. Everything is set up for you to launch. All the services it needs to launch Supabase, okay? And once you choose there, just press deploy. It will launch the application for you. And when it's finished, you click on links and click here. Look, it will open the Supabase interface. You will register and create all the applications inside there. Like this, easy, and all while paying there. We're paying $450, okay? Let's see our deploy. It's great. Still going. All right, as we move forward and observe the progress. There are several, okay. Open source. Here you can keep testing and seeing how it is, okay? And there's an upright that is very good, which is similar for base. Okay, I've used it. It's cool. There's another good one here. There's a visual code editor that you can put directly on your server. There are a lot of applications, right? It's a file browser. Okay, you saved your files on the web. Form bricks. To do that little survey, you know, open source form is also cool. There's WordPress too. For those who like WordPress, there's WordPress. You choose which database. Is it more ADB or more SQL? Clicked. Here it provides a blog for you. You will post normally. And if you have your domain registered, it can be your blog.velviere.com.br. It will run here. This clicking is a lifesaver. It has already done the deploy here. Great, it's restarting here. It needs to turn green for us to be able to test. Okay. Here's something important. For example, this chatbot application, it needs an environment variable. It's the open key. That's what I'm using to make the chatbot work. It says it's the PNA, right? When we create a project, we create it in the local env file. It uploads, works, so everything we have there in the file. In the env, we will have to add here, put what's there, the name here in the variable, the value of the variable here, okay, and save and keep adding. Okay, done. This gives a restart for it to build again and upload your variables inside. Okay. Because there's a health check, let's look at our logs. Run again. Then you don't need to access your root on the machine anymore. They're on the VPS. Okay, everything is fine here. I just forgot that it took about 2-3 hours to run. Just open here, look. And it seems to be up. Let's see. Leave the XP up here just to be sure while it's deploying again. Give it a chance. Container. Okay. It's here. Look, no, here it will open. I will edit just this guy here. Okay. With the new IP, mine. To see if it has already provisioned, where is my Notion, since the camera is on top of my Notion? There are so many things open, all right? Back there, it's building. All right. Refresh. Open. Just a moment. Let me turn it off. Now it's running. You see who has already opened my VPS. I will. Now it's restarting. It's on health. I'll get the Coolify there to run the command for you, to see exactly everything that appears there. The command I mentioned, install, okay. It will do the entire installation for you then, automatically, so you won't have to worry about anything, okay? That's it. I'll read the update, all right? Let's go to settings. And see. DLODs, I really don't know what that absolutely means. I definitely need to look it up. Here are the logs. It's running. It takes a little while because it has to download a lot of things. Okay, it's normal for it to take this long. On the first installation, okay? So guys, it's finished, okay? The installation on the VPS. Basically, that's it. Okay. There it says it's 1001, but it's not. It's Coolify. It's here. See this guy here? It's the IP of the new one I just bought. So then, by clicking here, I'll enter Coolify. All set. It opens. You see the registration part. Then we will write name, email, blah, blah, blah. And we'll complete the registration and everything else until you enter the home page. There, okay. The deployment here, guys, was what happened. I took a look here at the settings. Okay. This guy here is not next. Okay. I checked the project to see it is React. Indeed, and it doesn't have a server. If there is no server, when it generates a build, React and everything else, it serves it on a static page. So for this case here, we have to mark that it is static, and this guy here, in this case, when I build, it goes to the dist folder. For the software here, Coolify, to know where it will serve your static files from. Okay, so when deploying React without a server, not using net and so on. Check here, which is static. Okay, then it will generate the build and place it in the dist folder. Then it will serve in the folder. This for you, okay, I changed it here. Saved, clicked here, look, saved. Then I came and restarted. It restarted. Clicked here on the link and it will open the chatbot here. But it won't work. In this case, I will inspect because this one is mobile. So we have to set it to mobile to make it look nice. Beleza is an artificial intelligence chatbot designed to assist users. But if you put it there, It will indeed definitely give an error because we are just going to show it simply on the console for you. It gave an error because I didn't configure the OpenAI key there, right? As I told you, you have to go to Environments, Variables, there. In this case, for this project, this guy, here we have to add it, and here the value. Then you don't need to check anything here. Okay, just share. It will save. Saved here, look. We have to come here and do a restart. Do the redeploy. Then we will test to see if everything is okay. And to make it very complete, here, the tutorial on how to deploy your applications. I will already teach you Netlify and Vercel. So, this is how we wrap up this part of deploy. Was it? So we open ours here, hit enter here just to refresh, okay? Let's see if it's responding now. Hello? What are the service hours? Now our bot is working because the variable is configured, okay? So here it's reset. We've already deployed the application, and what's good? Oh, we've done all the configuration here, okay? Then every time we change the code and update the scale, which is the famous push updates to this repository. It will run the automatic deploy for us. No need to run the deploy. So we did a deploy on the master as we chose master there. It will update and perform the deploy on our system automatically. So it becomes transparent for us, right? This is really cool. This guy here, look, I have a video here with his link and everything else for those who want to use on your site, because this bot here, you can train it with whatever you want, right? If you have a company and need a self-service, train it with the information. Just use it and it's ready. Okay, you just need to put it here and spin one here in the PNRI. I made a video. Everything is explained, so I'll leave it here in the card. I'll put it somewhere here in the video. Now for you to click and take a look. Okay. Now let's see. The part of the Vercel first. Okay, this is Vercel. Okay, you will go to vercel.com to register normally and register correctly. Here I already have it deployed. You see, later I will teach you how to deploy from scratch. Put a new project here. Go with you. Connect your GitHub here. It will list all your projects here. Then we cut. And then GPT. I don't know if it will indeed allow listing. Okay, cut. Put del here, just for me to delete later. It already saw that I'm using byte here. Okay. Root directory is correct. It will already put cadist. You see? In Cliffy, we needed to specify. Here, it already picked it up. Okay. Because of the byte. Simply press later. It will basically do the same scheme. It will essentially run a URL there as well. And it also works the same way every time we deploy there on Git. Do a deploy, do a push there on Git. It will update for us to do the automatic deploy as well. It works the same. Look there. It even took a screenshot. Then we can go to the dashboard of this application. And here are the URLs, see? Clicked here. It will open to see if it's for us. It's already deployed. It is to. We also have to leave it on TV. Go on TV.com. Okay, log in and register. Same thing here. We will put, it's an important site for this T-Ruby project here. If you're using the team there, it's the same thing. Okay, I use Ruby, then it will ask for a login. I already have it, but I don't know why it keeps asking all the time. You will authorize, and here, in this case, since there's an update, you can also get the private ones. If there are any private, you can do it. Deploy from here, okay? It will give authorized. It will list all my repositories. We're going to use GPT. The repository we want to deploy. We're going to select this one, GPT. For ideal, I want to delete the master. All right, base directory is correct. It's in dist, also correct. Deploy here. Look, you can already add a variable in the backend. There's also a place for you to add a variable. Okay. Deployment is in progress. Push repository will do the auto deploy. Okay, so you can see how it will be. There, probably when we deliver with the backend and everything else, we will upload it to our VPS there. Some services that we will use, Superbase, Upright, okay. To configure everything correctly, okay. All right, configured here, look. Deployed, everything is correct. In less than 5 minutes, we deployed in 3 different locations. All right. So we saw a lot of things here, right? We set up our own VPS. We saw that how we can set up various services. We saw how we can do it. The deployment on the static site, on the React site. Add environment variable. We saw how to deploy with Netlify and how to deploy with Vercel. So we have 3 options. There, Vercel and Netlify are free, okay? With some limitations, but it's free. And Coolify, which I think is better for those who wants to manage a system or have full control of your system, because you can make backups, you can do a lot of things. Okay. I suggest Coolify, which is $5, less than 30 raise per month. So it's affordable. Then you can deploy more than one thing and you can create more than one application. And how to install the VPS. So it's quite complete today. If you have any questions about something, I'll say, oh, make a video on how to deploy a backend. Okay. Later, I'll make a separate video on deploying a backend. All right. But here we already have how to deploy all our application. Okay. I will make a separate video solely on deploying our LinkedIn application. Okay. Because if I included all this configuration in the LinkedIn video, I think it would be too long. The video, so I decided to separate it so it can be consulted. But it will be the same scheme. We will deploy our application on GitHub, upload it there, link it here on Coolify, and deploy it from here. It will be uploaded there and will be seamless for us. In this video, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, share with friends. And if you have any questions, just leave them here in the comments. Okay? Thanks.